Take some breaths with me. Allow your breath to return to a normal rhythm, its natural rhythm. I welcome you, dear divine, I welcome you to settle in. To settle in here with me. Shedding skin as we are, always living life, and ever evolving, ever unfolding into more of who we've been and who we've been able to be. And in such fashion, I find myself facing not one card that wants to speak to us today, but 6. I've not done 6 cards at all. Total. So far this channel, I believe. I could double check that. Oh, yep, nope. 6 cards. I've done 6 cards total. And now I'm doing 6 cards this video. Because these cards came out. And the immediate message was, all right. Are you ready? You ready to just take this on, even if you don't feel ready? That was the immediate message I got when 6 cards came out, and my first thought before the message was, I need to put some of these back. But the message came through, and more, the message itself came through. And here we are. So I have a recording of all 6 cards laid out with some zoom ins of each image. And what I'll do now, before I dive into the message that I discovered in them, is I will read this summary that I've compiled of each of these cards, book guidance message, with some of my own thoughts Or I have another idea. I'm gonna play the video and I'm going to read the extra words. It's not synonyms, but the words that are not the words on the card, but are words that the card also suggests it means. Thank you for following me. So let's just go for it. We have, the first card is imagination. Oh, it might get dark, at least on this recording. Oh, thank God, I recorded the other one. Imagination. Let's see the other words. Imagination, artistry, invention, conception, ideas, sublime. The next word is conflict. Conflict. A maturity, understanding, strength, action, restraint. The next card is Oracle. Oracle. Divination. Sacred. Meaningful. Dynamic. Transcend. The next card is release. Mighty, present, salvation, freedom, courage. I realize present could also be a present, like a noun, a gift. I was intoning it as the moment. The next card is the hidden. Wholeness, flight, shadow, return, path, totality. This last card, beautiful card. Heavens. There's only a few cards in this deck that don't actually have the word on them, and heavens is one of them. I guess maybe you can liken these cards then to the major arcana, but of an oracle deck. Anyway, the words: fathomless, ancient, inherent, implicitness, beyond. So these cards have come to me to paint a pathway for us to experience the heavens. We have the tool that is our imagination, with which to navigate and chart, discern our way. We have the challenge of conflict that is inevitable and is part of the process itself to reach, to arrive to heavens on earth. Oracle is the key insight that in the midst, in the face of the dark, of the trouble, of the conflict, we must widen our sights to the divine perspective, the divine plan, currently still somehow unfolding, but just from your current vantage point is not seen, unbelievable. And so once we find that most expansive divine perspective of what our human self experiences as conflict and struggle, darkness, strain, once we've found the perspective that holds the human perspective tenderly, divinely, we release our ego, our desire, our wants. We recognize the great divine, the great beyond that always is and always remains through struggle and through unfolding. The divine, God, we've heard this, God. Love is all, God is everywhere. God is all things. Love is patient, love is kind. Love is pain, love is grief. So we release because we see beyond the human perspective, the pain. We see the divine, how the pain feeds the unfolding of the divine through us, through the vessel that is the life we are living now as a soul, cycling it in its own growth through lifetimes on earth. And so we have been here before, we have done this before. That is why when we allow our imagination to expand our perspectives with what we've already known and seen and what has already been done and experienced and will be, because the divine surpasses time. then the conflict that is before us, the conflict that exists in time and space, becomes small from the perspective of the oracle, and we release the pain, the conflict, the grief, the struggle. We rest then in the hidden, the unfathomable, deep potential, the expressions of life that can unfold. We can then see beyond the focus of the conflict into what else could be the possibility with the help of divinity. And that then confirmation give us a moment. That then is how we see. We first see, and then to see is to be able to draw in possibilities, heaven-like possibilities, the heavens, onto earth, filling the 3D with the divine that is your highest timeline for this lifetime. The highest timeline for you and for all of us is the highest good, the highest unfolding of humanity, is for us all to experience our fullest divine expressions. And that timeline is what we each access within when we are tapped into our divinity. And when we each take that accountability to embody our divinity, then we all get that much closer to heaven on earth. Because heaven is an experience meant for us, possible in the present moment. Because truthfully, we only live in the now. Once tomorrow comes, we experience it in the now. And so when heaven comes, we will experience it in the now. And so when we believe that heaven can be now, imagine the life that would unfold for you, for me, if, I'll speak for myself, if I could let go of the darkness that ever unfolds in this world. Sorry for this creepy lighting, but I hope you follow my message. tap into my imagination and I expand into the widest lens that an oracle can perceive through the thick of a storm. Back at the card, but I'll show you the clip. That to be able to expand my lens past the evil and the darkness that pervades this world and the strain and struggle that has defined my own life. And once I am able to release the weight of what those energies have bared onto my own, that is where then the hidden can be made more clear. Because again, when we are in the conflict, it's so close, it's so personal, it's so tender when it's right there. But when we can hold it and expand around it and then release it, then in that expanse can the divine, hidden unfolding that always ever is made more clear. That every struggle that we could not avoid, even if we tried, is somehow written in the unfolding of our highest expression on this planet in this lifetime. And I think of the metaphor now of how trees, if they do not experience the strain of wind, they will not grow as tall as they could otherwise. Meaning, trees must bear strain to grow to their fullness. Is that what I mean? Trees must bear strain to grow tall and strong. And we are not trees. So our strain cannot be so simple as wind. Our strain must match the complexity that we are. And so our strain is this human existence. And if we can expand to that wide lens of experiencing humanity as a soul experiencing the human life at this time, that is how that is how life's conflict, life's strain, life's burdens are easy to release. And that is how we just allow the divine flow to ever unfold. Because the pathway to our highest timeline is not a pathway that we gotta force, struggle, climb. No. Our nature is to grow abundantly, just like trees, just like flowers, just like Mother Earth. if she were allowed, it would be abundant all around. And so would we, if we weren't so limited by our own hierarchies, societies. And so our highest unfolding is not the path that we've walked so far as humanity, a path of power, of control, of domination. No, the path to our highest timeline is a path of allowing the holding of us all as divine expressions, as worthy of life, as able to live, breathe, be free, live, love securely. That is the channeling that wanted to come through with these 6 cards. The phrase that I was given to capture this message. Oh, I should turn that. It's a little creepy, huh, this light. The phrase I was given to capture this message is navigation system to the highest timeline, to your highest timeline, to our highest timeline, our highest timeline navigation system. The more of us that operate from the frequency of the oracle, the more that frequency is grounded. And so that is our work, our purpose, our option. One path, one character arc. Yep. I'll leave it at that. Until next time, dear divine, farewell.